Hello viewers, this is Tuba Nafis representing SBA. Today I'm gonna share another interesting video with you that I hope you're gonna like it. It's about biological safety cabinet. It's a ventilated enclosure that provides protection to the user, product and the environment from aerosols arising from the handling of potentially hazardous microorganisms. In other case, aerosols may consist of bacterial or fungal spores, dust particles, pollen, or other similar particles in air. As you know, aerosols form the suspension of solid or liquid particles in a gas. Now, move to the next slide. We achieve basically three states of protection from biological safety cabinets. It provides protection to the users from harmful agents within the cabinet. We achieve product protection. It's obvious that we want our product to be free of possible contamination. And most importantly, besides the product and the user protection, it protects the environment, because the more protected the environment is within or outside the cabinet, the more protected will be the product and the user. Biological safety cabinets employ HEPA filters. HEPA filter traps 99.97% of particles of greater than or equal to 0.3 micrometer in diameter. With this efficiency, HEPA filter effectively traps all known infectious agents and ensure that only microbe-free exhausters discharge from the cabinet, and sometimes the air is recirculated in the work surface. This concept will be better covered in the next slides. A question must pop up in your minds that why do HEPA filters are of zero point 0.3 micron pore size and not lesser than this? As you can see in this picture, that mostly bacterial or fungal spores, yeast cells, animal dander, hair and other particles lie within this range. Viral particles are usually smaller than 0.3 micron meter, but they travel on larger particles like dust particles or other particles which make their overall size bigger. HEPA filters remove at least 99.97% particles of zero point 0.3 micron meter or greater than this size. But it doesn't mean that they don't approach the particles below zero point 0.3 micron meter. Actually, they do. So I hope you are clear with this concept. There are different types of HEPA filters, and these filters are of different efficiencies depending on their applications. There are ALPA filters as well, and they can remove smaller particulate matter than HEPA filters and find extensive usage in research laboratories. Before I proceed to the classification of biosafety cabinets, it's important to discuss the classification of biosafety levels, because the biological safety cabinets deal with these levels. Biosafety level 1 employs the laboratory settings where the users have to work on low risk bioagents that may cause little to no infection. Biosafety level 2 deals with moderate risk bioagents that may cause diseases of varying severity. Biosafety level 3 deals with indigenous or exotic agents that may enter your body through inhalation and may cause serious lethal diseases. Biosafety level 4 deals with the exotic agents that may cause life-threatening diseases and come without any pre-treatment or vaccination. Class 1 Biosafety Cabinet provides personnel and environmental protection. It doesn't provide product protection, and it will be more clear in the next slide. It's safe for work using agents requiring biosafety level 1 or 2 containment, means low to moderate risk biological agents that may cause minimal or potential hazard to the user and the environment. In Class 1 biological safety cabinet, as the room air is carried away from the user, it provides protection to the user. This contaminated air then flows uh, across the surface uh, uh, around the product and may contaminate the product. Eventually, this air is filtered off the system and provides protection to the environment, as the air that leaves the system is filtered air. So, this is how it works. Now move to class 2 biological safety cabinet. It provides all three states of protection: personnel, product and environmental protection. It's safe for work using agents requiring biosafety levels 1, 2 or 3 containment, means deals with low to moderate risk biological agents and protect against the infectious agents. There are basically four types of class 2 biosafety cabinets: A1, A2, B1 and B2, and the main differences between these types are on the basis of the ratio of air exhausted from the cabinet to the air that is recirculated within the cabinet. About 90% of all biosafety cabinets installed are type A2 cabinets. The main difference between Class 1 and Class 2 biological safety cabinet is not only on the basis of biosafety levels but also on the basis of product protection. In Class 2 cabinet, as the room air is carried away from the user, it provides protection to the user. But unlike a Class 1 biosafety cabinet, after protecting the user, it moves through an inward flow system and does not come in direct contact with the product. Um, in the inward flow system, there is a blower that pushes the air upward, where it moves out of the system through HEPA filtered. Hence, it protects the environment. An important point to consider is that not all of the air is uh, filtered out. Some portion of air is recirculated uh, after going through a HEPA filter. There is a HEPA filter installed above the product, and this filtered air moves across the work surface, hence provides product protection. I hope you are clear with this concept. Biosafety cabinet, two types are categorized into A and B category. In class 2A1, 2A2 and 2B1, some portion of air is filtered out and some portion of air is recirculated. In class 2A1, about 30% of air is exhausted and 70% is recirculated. The same thing happens with class 2A2, whereas in class 2B1, 70% of air is exhausted and 30% of air is recirculated. So the A types are uh, s- suitable for the research with the absence of any volatile or toxic chemicals, since the air is recirculated within the cabinet, and HEPA filters are poor in dealing with the volatile compounds. Um, Class 2B2 cabinet allows 100% of air to be filtered out of the system, and so is useful uh, for the users who have to deal with the toxic fumes or chemicals. So this is the basic difference between these types. Class 3 biosafety cabinet provides personal, product and environmental protection and is useful for the laboratory settings where the users have to deal with very high risk biological agents that are life threatening. If I talk about its working mechanism, the biosafety cabinet 3 are also called glove boxes because of the gloves attached to the system, and these gloves protect the user against the samples and allow users to perform operations during the procedure. There is a double-ended autoclave or pass-through box attached to the cabinet that allows sterilization of materials before they leave the glove box. So these are the special features of class 3 biosafety cabinet. I hope so you got it. um, let's compare all the three classes and revise the concepts. So far, we have discussed the three classes of biosafety cabinets. Let's discuss them. Um, if I talk about personnel protection, In class 1 biosafety cabinet, the user is protected as the air is carried away from the user. The flow of air is inward through sash or window opening. The same thing happens in class 2 biosafety cabinet and in class 3 as well. If I talk about product protection, it's already clear that in class 1 biosafety cabinet, product is not protected as the unfiltered room air is drawn across the work surface, whereas in class 2 and class 3, as the filtered air is drawn across the work surface, the product is protected. um, Regarding environmental protection, in all three cabinets, the environment is protected as the air that is drawn out of the system is filtered air. In class 3 biosafety cabinet, the exhaust air is doubled HEPA filter. There are basically two HEPA filters attached to the exhaust system, and hence provides additional protection to the environment. um, the users and the applications have already been discussed. Class 1 biosafety cabinet allows users to deal with low to moderate risk bioagents, uh, usually non-pathogenic organisms. In class 2 biosafety cabinets, the users deal with the pathogenic or infectious agents, whereas in class 3 the users work on most dangerous microorganisms that may cause life-threatening diseases, and the diseases that sometimes come without any pre-treatment or vaccination.